It's 8:13 on West Bremer Radio. Let's cross down live to a library near you, to a research station. His name is Harold the H. Peacock. And he's from historyouthere.com. And don't forget to send in your entries to historyouthere.com on Facebook, doing your famous maybe dress some of the ladies. Could you dress in peacock feathers for me?
That'll be all right. I was thinking about doing a very soulful one, which is like, What do you think of that
Sounds
one?
like an old mini miner trying to start. Let's talk to Harold the H. Oh, God. Peacock. Hello, Harold.
Yeah, good morning, Danny. Yeah, look, I'll talk to you both, even with that soulful arc, but I am actually talking from a library near you.
Well, there you go. I'm psychic. And don't forget, ladies, get those peacock feathers and, let's send in your arcs. But, look, you're going to tell us about an amazing war record for another family thanks to a listener.
Yeah, that's right. I told you last week about the 7 members from the Pritchard family, which is the most from one family to serve in the Second World War.
Yeah.
But during the week, one of our listeners, Linda, and she works at the Kenmore Library, she told me about another Queensland family and the amazing record that they set. Now, bullets, bombs, a car accident, or even a strong rip couldn't stop them. And they have surprising stories from the world of horse racing. Anyway, it's the McComiskies family. They came from near Ingham in North Queensland.
Yeah.
Now, 6 of their 11 children served in the Second World War. So 6 isn't quite the most from one family. It's one off the record. But the 6 brothers who served, they proved impervious to whatever was thrown at them. Absolutely nothing could kill them. First, there was John McComiskies. John served as a warrant officer with the 12th Battalion after doing his training in Redbank in Ipswich. First, he fought in Egypt, where he was shot by the Germans. Then he fought in New Guinea, where he was shot by the Japanese. When he came home, he was fine and he went to live in Warwick. The second brother was Bob McComiskies. Bob served as a private with the 15th Battalion and also did his training here at Redbank. John was also wounded in action, and he too survived. Then there was Bill McComiskies. Bill served as a private. However, it was after the war that he cheated death and was awarded a bronze medal for bravery by the Royal Humane Society. What he did was swim 200 yards in a strong current to save the life of a fisherman who had fallen into the sea. The 4th brother to serve was George McComiskies. George was a private with the 3rd Australian Armoured Division. After the war in 1950, George was hit by a car on Mary Street in Brisbane and suffered a compound fracture of the skull.
That's an open fracture.
Well as severe lacerations are very open. But he survived, and just 9 months later, he was off to war again. This time it was to fight in the Korean War. Then there was the 5th brother, Herbie McComiskies. Herbie served as a private with the 31st Battalion. But before the war, he narrowly escaped serious injury when the Herbert River was in flood. You see, he dropped the ferry's anchor and badly cut his foot. He was treated by the ambulance and so was fine. But finally, there was Donnie McComiskies. Donnie served as a private with his brother, Bob, in the 15th Battalion. He trained at Redbank and went to the Middle East, where he too was wounded in action. The Germans shot him through the wrist. He survived and came home to work in the sugar mills. Now, Danny, this is where the record comes in, because all 6 brothers survived the war. That's an Australian record for the Second World War that until now was unknown.
Is that a fact?
No other family had... That's right. It's not recorded at the Australian War Memorial. The families that are recorded, there were 2 families that had 7 children enlist, and then this is the 3rd family with 6 children enlist, but it's not the most from any one family who actually came home and survived the war. No other family can claim that number.
How fascinating.
But
it
is. They all survived.
It's imagine the mum and dad.
Oh, they would have been anxious the whole time. You can only imagine what it was like. But to get them all home, that's fantastic.
Well, you'd think you'd lose one, wouldn't you? You're going, give me that butt.
Well, the but is that one other brother. Oh. You see, it's the oldest McComiskies brother who did not serve, and that's who I should tell you about.
Yeah.
His name was Hugh McComiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the McComiskey family were wee Scotsmen, and Hugh's children, they all became jockeys and horse trainers. Oh. In fact, one of Hugh's descendants is a strapper in Melbourne today. But it was one of Hugh's sons.
Yeah.
His name was Bruce McComiskey. Bruce was a professional jockey.
Wow.
In 1950, he was a ring-in for an amateur race.
Oh.
He won the race in the canter, but was fined £20.
Oh.
The horse owner was warned off racetracks for 5 years, and the instigator for 10 years. And then there was another son. Back in 1969, the horse Big Faloo was the raging hot favourite for the Melbourne Cup. But the horse was nobbled and was scratched from the Cup just 39 minutes before the start. You probably remember it.
I do.
Yeah, Rain Lover won.
Rain Lover 2 years in a row.
Second race. That's right, and it's only because Big Faloo got scratched when it was nobbled. It's the most notorious doping scandal in Australian history. And in a move that rocked the turf world, the owner of Big Faloo took the horse away from its trainer, the Cup's king, Bart Cummings, and gave him to none other than Hughes' son, the trainer and former jockey, Charlie McComiskey.
Charlie.
So, Danny, until now, the Australian War Memorial did not know about the record 6 McComiskey brothers who all survived the war, and they probably don't want to know about the 7th brother and his racing scandals.
So have you told the War Memorial?
Look, yes, and they're pretty excited to be getting this information. Last week, the 7 Pritchard children and now the 6 McComiskey children, both Australian records, and neither of them were known about by the War Memorial.
Another great story, top research from the man Harold H. Peacock. Go on historyouthere.com tomorrow morning. You'll see that story. And don't forget, girls, get those peacock feathers out and cover up and go, hark, 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 and get it on to historyouthere.com. Thanks a lot. What do you want to say?
Danny, one big shout-out to listener Callum Monks and his fiancée Jessica. They're getting married at Mount Cotton this afternoon. So, well done, Callum and Jessica, and keep listening.
Thanks for listening, and we appreciate the listeners at 8:20.